Yeah. Welcome to another edition of Kind of Local TV, being brought to you by CL Management, DV Tracksuits. Big shout out to the mighty LDBC. We had a lot of boxing yesterday, man. Of course, I made a couple of videos, man, from the Miguel Cotto promotions card, man, because, I felt the need to put that kind of coverage on there. I need to get back to my roots, obviously, man. I've always got to give a big shout out to Ricardo Figueroa and Emiliano Lozado, two people that are doing great work in boxing, Ricardo Figueroa, the manager, obviously. Emiliano, he's the one of those most underrated type of, trainers there is out there, man. What's going on, Jose Diaz and also the ice cream man. Yeah. But before I get started, man, and talk a little bit about these other fights, man, I did want to clear something up, man, because I think when you text things, it gets taken out of context and stuff, man, and I ain't really thought it was gonna, you know what I'm saying, man, stir up controversy or nothing. What's going on, Mr. Shelton, I suggested that we put our picks in directly through email or directly to our fellas, stuff like that. I ain't think people was gonna get bothered by that, right? So, maybe I shouldn't have said anything and just threw my picks in directly to them. Maybe that's the way I would, I'm gonna start doing moving forward. I'm not gonna get into this messaging thing, man, because man, shit, it gets misunderstood though, Joe Townsend. You know what I'm saying? I just like it because this was my reason. Now, since I didn't get to explain, let me give you my reasoning, Joe. My reasoning was that if everybody puts it in privately to our fella, right? Everybody submits it into him. Once everything is submitted and it's final that they can't change it, then our fella puts it out and everybody gets to see it then. What's going on, K-Rod? And I like the suspense of that, Joe Townsend. I prefer the suspense of that. Like, that's all it was, but what's going on, Slick Rick? I just like the suspense of it, man. I think it would have been a lot funner. At least for me, it would have been a lot funner. And I understand that everybody thinks different. Everybody looks at things different. So, I ain't knocking it. Man. I mean, shit. I prefer not to see nobody's picks myself until they're final, man. But we had some boxing, man. I want to go ahead and I want to touch back up, man, on a fight that that happened yesterday, man, on the Miguel Cotto promotions card, man. Just because I can. Juanita Lopez y Malik Quiñones. What's going on, D-Man Jr.? Malik Quiñones and Juanita Lopez. I made a video about that earlier, man, and I just don't understand where maybe people don't listen to the entirety of a video or something like that. I was very clear that I was very entertained by that fight. It was a very close fight. Could have went either way. It depended on who you gave the last round to, who you had winning. That if you had Malik Quiñones winning, I had no problem with it. If you had Juanita Lopez winning, I had no problem with it. It's a real simple scenario. I don't see where the misengagement is at. A condo was good with you, man. I don't see where the controversy's at, man. I mean, I put that video up saying that, man, and I get a comment saying that I must have been drunk while I was watching that fight, that my opinion don't matter and all that. I didn't respond to him because, I wasn't going to type to him, but what did I say that sounded to anybody like it was drunk? Like, I don't even drink, but, when you got close fights like that, I never understand why when you got close fights like that, that you could say that, could have went one way or the other. I don't understand where the controversy's at. I don't understand where anybody could be like, Joe Townsend said, yeah, I understand what you meant, Connor. Either way, the group chat is cracking. The group chat is cracking, man. 903 Boxing, what's good with you, bro? Man, listen, man. I done came to the conclusion, 903. I gotta get back on my grind, man, with my with doing a little bit more coverage, man, on the Puerto Rican boxing, man, going on, man. Cause I've been slacking on it. And I think it's kind of like been stunting my growth a little bit, man. I gotta get back to covering, you know, the boxing in Puerto Rico, man. Not that I'm gonna stop covering everything else, but I gotta cover some more of that Puerto Rican boxing, man, because man, KG was good with you, man. And only because I believe I owe that to him. Like last night, there was an a car in Puerto Rico, man. Of course, I made videos about it. The Juanma Lopez, Malik Quinones, the Giancarlo Santana, against, the Mexican that he fought. It was a lot of entertaining fights in there, man. And I owe it to him to cover that shit, man. And I try to do the best I can, but I'm only one person, man. And but shout out to everybody, man. Miguel Cotto Promotions and all that shit. Y'all did a fantastic job down there, man. And once again, Ricardo's a great manager, a good friend of mine, man. He's doing a lot of great things over there. Has a lot of great fighters up under him. And Emiliano Lozada is one of those underrated fucking trainers that we need to pay attention to more, man. But let me go ahead and say something, man. At the fight pool that last night, right? The only fight I got wrong was Richard Torres against Guido Vianello. And I didn't even mind getting that fight wrong. I'm not, I just felt that Richard Torres wasn't everything everybody was cracking him up to be. That's all. I didn't think that he had that athletic side of him like everybody was labeling him with. You know what I'm saying? And that was my reasoning for picking Guido Vianello in that fight. And it wasn't a pick out of my heart or feelings or anything like that. I really thought that Richard Torres was not that guy. And even though Guido lost that fight, I was proven right. Richard Torres is not that guy. You can see that he's going to lose here very soon. As soon as he steps in there with but he gonna get a light touch next. Shawala, y'all, how you doing? Angel Diaz, he said that ring doesn't lie. Yeah, man. And what I saw in there, man, hey. I was right about him, man. It's just Guido just wasn't the guy to do it. I thought he was, but he didn't use his length. He laid up on the ropes too much, and I don't know what he was doing. It's almost like he oh, you not speaking? I says, well, that can't be, huh? And what, me, right, Shawar? Because I already said salute to you, Mom. I said salute to you, didn't I? Do I have to rewind this shit? I thought I did. All right. Well, anyways, if I didn't do it, salute to you, Shawala, y'all. My sister. Could have sworn I did, though, but Torres got good power, but he ain't KO waiting to happen. He gonna run into something. What's going on, front line? Yes, indeed. And that was my whole point. I'm glad it was proven that the guy is not athletic. That's all I wanted everybody to see. He's not athletic. I don't know where I don't know where he got that label at. Oh, okay, Shawar. I be getting sidetracked doing two things at one time. I'm looking at three different screens and stuff. So by the time I finally come back and look at the chat, sometimes I miss some things, so it's okay. It's okay. Now, really, that's the only fight that I got wrong for this week. As far as the fight picks, I'm still kind of running way behind, but that's because I'm not able to get into the double points. I'm not picking the right ending to the fights. Is what killed me this week. I had Joyce losing. But I thought Herkovich was going to get him out there in the 10th round, and he didn't. It went the distance, and he won via decision. So I got the win right there. I just didn't get the round right. I mean, I didn't get it. I didn't get the ending right. And but that's the fun part about this whole thing, man. You know, trying to get them double points. Because I think for the most part, a lot of us are gonna get most of the picks right. It's just how they get there. That's gonna be it. Oh yeah, 903. I don't know, man. That shit. I think that's cap. But anyway, I don't know. Do I think Joy Joyce needs to retire? Is the question after watching him fight. Nah, I don't think so. I think he got a couple more fights in him. I just think he's not gonna be in contention for a title again. Might start being into that gatekeeper status and stuff like that, man. And which ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I thought Herkovich was gonna do him in, man, by the 10th, man. Which it was a 10-round fight, you know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a lag over here. Shawai, you know this thing. You be on restream as well, man. This thing be lagging sometimes. By the time we see something, it's like a couple of minutes later. That's all that is. Although I do got 3 different screens open up and stuff like that, man. But we had Johnny Beck as well. I got that fight right. I got the round wrong. I needed that dude to last one more round. I had picked Janet Beck to stop dude in the 6th. It happened in the 5th. So shout out to the people that got the double points for that one, man. It's just one, man. He just needed to hold on just one more round, man. So I could have gotten to the double points, man. I'm emotional for the past few days. Don't mind me. I'm gonna have to check on you, Shawar. I'm gonna have to check on you because I got to know what's going on. Like, is something going on in your life that you need some help with? Do you need me to reach out to you and see what's going on over there, man? I mean, what's got you like that, man? I don't like seeing my people like that. I like seeing my people happy, smiling, cracking up, cutting up jokes and all that shit, like what's going on? My phone line's always open, man. My phone line's always open. But Janet Beck, man, listen, man, I'm not as big on Janet Beck as our fella is, but he is a very very good fighter. I don't know why. It's always the fact that he just finished fighting this fight. He fights at 160, and he's calling Canelo out. And Canelo's at 168. Now, I understand that Canelo's the cash cow. That's where the money's at. But there's work to do at 160, man. Like, I mean, are you planning to move up? If you're planning to move up, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, if I was him, I would clean up 160. I'd become undisputed at 160 if I was him. That would be the right choice to do in his situation. Because 160, once you start moving up like that, man, it's gonna get harder and harder. And I really think that at 160, man, that's a division that could be it's there to be had. Like I wish Xander Zayas would move up to 160. Everybody thinks I hate the kid. I don't hate the kid. I love the kid. I just think 164. I mean, at 154, there's too many killers at 154. And I will believe, man, that if he move up to 160, his odds are better. Like, do I believe he beats Fundura? Yeah, I think he beats Fundura. Now, if he wants to stick around and see if that fight does get made, even though it was mandated already from what I understood and read, then by all means do that. Go ahead and get that fight and fight Fundura. What's going on, Stormy B, man? Now, I don't think it's going to be easy for him. But I think Xander Zayas can beat Fundura. And I think that if I was his team, I would go ahead and shoot that as a goal. That way you can make him a world champion. Maybe get a voluntary defense with a light touch or something to get him a little more experience after he wins the title. And then use that title to move up to 160, man, and start working your way at 160. Because I don't see, and I see this is the double-edged sword on it, because it's gonna come out like I hate him, but I don't. I don't think he beats anybody else at 154. That's there. I don't think he beats the Conwells of the world. You know what I mean? I don't think he can. That monster that beat Zoo for his title, I don't think he can beat him. I think the Virgil Ortiz fight is a 50-50 fight. Good fight, good scrap, good toss-up. I wouldn't mind watching that one. I think I could stay. He can stick around and make that one if he does get the Fundora fight, and if he's successful in beating Fundora. Yeah, I would think a Virgil Ortiz fight will be great for both of them, actually, because you got the Puerto Rico versus Mexico factor in it. And it's a true 50-50 fight, in my opinion. But everybody else at 154, that's anybody, I think beats Xander Zayas at that weight class at 154. I just think everybody else beats him, man. Charles Conwell will kill him. I said this before, and I'll say it again, bro. Y'all trying to get Charles Conwell to tattoo another teardrop on the corner of his eye, bro. That what y'all want to see, man? You want him to catch a second body? Y'all got to know when to fold him. That makes sense to anybody else, man. I think he can go against Fundora and maybe a Virgil and then move up to 160, where it's a little bit safer, right? Because he gonna get married, he gonna get murked at 154, man. And the thing about it is, I don't think anybody goes unscathed at 154 other than Conwell. In my opinion, I mean, shit, y'all could agree or whatever, but I think Conwell reminds me of a younger Bud Crawford. That's what he reminds me of. Nobody talks about him. Nobody was talking about Bud. He got that mean streak in him. You know what I'm saying? Could throw shots from all angles. They both got a lot of similarities, man, including the fact that everybody's overlooking them and not speaking about them. I see a lot of similarities between Charles Conwell and Bud Crawford, man. I'm here to tell you right now, do not make the mistake of overlooking Charles Conwell. That's a bad man. And I think the reason he's not getting a lot of fights at 154 is because of that, because they know he's a bad man. They know that shit is high risk. That's another good one, 903. Xander versus Jahai at 160 is good. Speaking of Jahai, I wasn't really too enthused with what he did yesterday, man. I'm looking at him like, and I can't even put my finger on it, right? Like he's missing something. Yeah, he's winning. Yeah, he's getting around the ring and all that, but he's not popping off the screen to me. What's going on, Jeff Spark? Salute to you. And the thing about it is, man, that I'm skipping all over the place, man, because I'm reading the chat, and I think that's the best way to go about these lives anyway, man, is to have a conversation with the chat. So if we got to jump to different fighters, that's fine. We're going to do that today. You know what I'm saying? And with Jahai, it's a double-edged sword again, because he doesn't listen too good to his corner, right? He doesn't listen too good to instructions, right? He just keeps doing the same thing, right? And then the other side of that is, and I hate to say it, man, because I think his father's a great man and all that. I really do. But let's be real, man. His father doesn't give the best instructions either. I was listening to him because you know they had that silent area where you could just hear what the corners were saying, and I just didn't see him giving him any real solid instructions. There was one round where he was counting the jabs he threw. That's one jab. That's two jabs. 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm like, bro, that's not what he needs to be listening to. He needs to be hearing if he needs to step left, if he needs to step right, if he needs to throw a jab to the body, if he needs to feint. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be telling him some good instructions, something he can use in the ring. Counting his jabs, I just found that pointless. Third Gang Boss, was good with you, man? And I know his father means well and he's a great man, but, you know, and he can still probably work the corner. See, when I talk about these kind of things, I'm never saying to remove the father, right? Never saying you got to remove the father, but you got to have another mouthpiece in that corner is what I think needs to happen. He could still be in the corner and have another mouthpiece in there giving him the directions, telling him what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't giving him the best instructions. And I don't know, man. Counting the jabs. Did anybody else hear that, though? Like, I just, you know, if he's biting off of the feints, tell him to keep feinting some more, man. If you start seeing some of the habits that the opponent is doing, pick up on that. Tell him what his opponent's doing, even though you should be seeing that as well. And that's why I said it was a double-edged sword, because I think Jahad Tucker's a good, talented fighter. I really do. Yeah, I've seen some of the things that he did that were unorthodox, man. When he threw 2 straight rights and shit at a weird angle and shit, it quote unquote would be like, what, you know, it'll confuse the opponent because nobody throws punches like that. It's like, what are you doing? You ain't supposed to be doing that. But it froze his opponent. So I'm giving him his props, man. He's got a lot of wrinkles to his game that are unorthodox, that are great to have. I think Jahai also need op that motivate him. That's why I say Xander fight will bring out the best in both of them. Angel Diaz, I don't know about the. It looks like his gas tank is fine, right? Looks like his gas tank is fine, so I don't know. I just think he needs a different voice in the corner right alongside his dad. I'm never going to tell you to remove your father. Never, because just because somebody else is giving you instructions don't mean your dad can't be in the corner. You got 3 in the corner. You can still have your dad there and have a mouthpiece. You know? And those are the things that I look at and be like, damn, you know, like, because he's got talent, man. Don't get me wrong. He's got a lot of talent, man. And me sitting here saying that I think he's missing something and I can't put my finger on it, maybe 903 answered that question for me, man. Maybe that's it. Maybe he needs a big-time opponent to bring the best out of him. Some fighters are like that. Now, I don't know if 903 is correct or not. We won't know until they do that. Kamara, salute. We won't know until they do that. If they put him in there with somebody like Xander, like 903 is saying, and we get one of those fight of the year type shits, then I'm going to be like, okay, he was right. He was right. He needed somebody to bring it out of him. I'm going to tell you something, man. Those type of fighters, man, I just, man, how do I say it, man? Like, it bothers me that it has to take somebody to bring it out of you, man. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I like him, but I'm not completely sold on him. You know? Y'all saw Abdullah Mason yesterday, man. I told you I believe in him. I'm a believer. I'm sold on him. And all he's doing is keep proving me right. Fight after fight after fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how anybody could say they're not sold on Abdullah Mason. I don't get it. Remember when he fought Xander's sparring partner, he turned up that fight. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the tapes, 903. Xander would be a good fight, and maybe it would get him excited. Well, you know what? I'm gonna reserve my judgment until that happens. How about that? Let me reserve my judgment, and when that does occur, I can revisit that topic. I can revisit that topic, man, because Lord knows I like him. You know, I like him. What's going on, E. Ortiz? But why is people not sold on Abdullah Mason is my question. Why are people not sold on him? I don't get it. Abdullah Mason, his age, he's going to be a problem, but a good one. I think he's a problem right now, man. I don't know, man. I think too many people saw him get dropped in that one fight, man. That you know, kind of like did it in for them. He gets dropped in a fight, and that all of a sudden people are not sold on him. And it did the reverse for me. When he got dropped, I was even more sold on him because he checked off another box. He got right back up and kept fighting. It wasn't like he was in trouble. I don't get it. That's the only fight he's been dropped. After that, he's been taking his time. He hasn't been rushing in the first couple of rounds. He's been, you know, setting up his shots. You know, he got a tendency to have his right hand a little lazy from time to time, but damn, a lot of fighters do that. I mean, shit, I don't get it. He's got speed. He's got power. Man, what is there not to like about him? Abdullah Mason is the truth. Solid kid, right attitude, great team, hella skills, heart of a lion. He all we asked for. Bro, and when I tell you that he's checking off, man, I hate to be a broken record. I hate to be a broken record, but tell me if y'all don't agree with me on this. Just tell me after I'm done if you don't agree with this. Matter of fact, let me ask y'all something, man. Are there fighters out there that you still wonder how they're going to react when they get dropped? And are there fighters out there that you still wonder how they're going to react when they get hit hard? Are they? I'm just asking now, are they? And isn't that the reason a lot of these fighters, y'all don't quite believe in them yet? Let me give you an example, man. One of my favorite fighters, right? Shakur Stevenson. Because you can't tell me I'm lying, right? You can't tell me I'm lying, right? The people that still have doubts about Shakur Stevenson, what is the one thing they say? How's he going to react when he gets hit? Huh? What if he gets dropped? Huh? What's he going to do? Huh? Huh? We don't know that yet. Huh? He got a lot of questions still to answer. Huh? He's got a lot of, no, bro, I'm not sold on him yet because we need to see that. Ain't that what a lot of people are running with? Not me, but I'm saying a lot of people do. Are they not out there doing that? Are they not out there saying they're not sold on him because of that? So why do I say that? I'm running you back to Abdullah. He's already passed that test. You can't use that as a point to say you're not sold on him. That don't make any sense. Same for him and more guys. We build up a lot of guys without answers. And Abdullah has gave you answers. 903 said, man, you gonna make me come out of retirement and make an Abdullah Mason video. Do it. Do it. And there's nothing wrong with having questions, right? There's nothing wrong with having questions, but if you got a criteria, right, and you got it on your spreadsheet out there, and you're checking off each column, has Abdullah Mason not checked off most of those columns already? What the only thing missing there is what? Maybe a little bit tougher competition, maybe? Maybe? I'm just saying, I'm asking. Because I needed to make sense to me, man. I needed to make sense. Shit. Look at Tim Tszyu. Look at Tim Tszyu. People were wondering, and including myself, I was wondering, is he done? Did he take too much beating? You know, did they ruin him? And he come back out there last night, man, and come out there with a statement win against Joey Spencer. Just thrashed him. Letting you know that he's got dog in him. Letting you know that he's not done. Checking off boxes. Now, Tim Tszyu, I'm not a fan of him or nothing like that, but he's checking off boxes. I can't ignore that and be like, oh, no, he's checking off boxes. Top Rank moving Abdullah the right way. He's young. No need to rush him. Well, that's the other thing, man. Let me tell you something, man. And he hasn't fought bad competition either. He has not fought bad competition at all. Tszyu versus Thurman need to be made ASAP. Yes, it does. I'm glad Tim Tszyu did what he did to Joey Spencer, because now we can revisit Tim Tszyu versus Keith Thurman, which I actually believe, as crazy as it's going to sound, I think is a 50-50 fight. I do. I think it's a 50-50 fight, man. But that's another story for another day. I want to bring something up, man. Jose Cheito Roman, right? Cheito Roman, y'all remember him. He beat Jaleel Hackett, right? And they were set to do the rematch, which, by the way, I was at the event when they were supposed to rematch, right? When Jaleel Hackett pulled out due to supposedly an injury, right? You remember I was telling y'all that I don't think he was injured. I just think he couldn't make weight. That's what I felt, that he couldn't make weight. Well, lo and behold, Jaleel Hackett comes out and says, I'm moving up in weight. Cheito Roman retains the title, doesn't even have to rematch him because Jaleel Hackett moved up in weight. I knew that he wasn't injured. I was there. I'm like, bro, he's not injured. I don't know why they reported it as an injury. He just couldn't make weight. I know that ain't going to sit well with a lot of y'all, but he just couldn't make weight. That's just that simple. I want to see Mason KO Emiliano Vargas. Quite possible. Mason shoulders, he had a pair of marbles. I got to give it to him. I already told you, Abdullah Mason versus Andy Cruz. That might be coming. I know they're working on it on him. I don't know if it's, you know. Hey, I hope so. I hope so, but bring him back to Abdullah Mason. Why? I mean, I'm convinced he can compete with anybody at 135. But going back to Cheito Roman, I want to know what's next for him because, you know, he did earn that title. He did show up for the rematch. He was ready for the rematch. He wanted that rematch, you know, because the first fight was close. He didn't want there to be doubts in anybody's minds. He wanted to go ahead and clear the air there. So he was upset that he didn't get to fight. But now that Jaleel Hackett has moved up, I'm kind of curious where he's going to go from there. What's going to be next for him? Hopefully, he gets a good payday and a good fight, man. Because honestly, he earned that shit and deserves it, man. You know, um, I'm going to talk about something that is a little painful to me. Mason KO Emiliano and Polaco KO Fernando Vargas, same card, man. Our front line, I wish Brian Polaco would come out, man, and fight again, man. I really wish, man. I need to check up on him and call him, man, and see what's going on, man. Because, man, he's such a talented fighter, man, and strong, and, he's just not, I don't know. I got to see what's going on with him. Man. Now, listen, on the Pro Box card, man, my good brother Ken Cruz lost. He got beat up pretty bad. All right, let me answer this first, though. Kano, how far off is Abdullah from the top fights at 135? The Tank, Shakur's, and Keyshawn's. Okay, well, for me, Dirt Gang, he's already ranked, right? Maybe one more fight. I'm gonna say one more fight, but a good fight. One that's maybe bring a name in that bring a name in like that. Like Emiliano. You know what I'm saying? Something that's gonna, make the people go, wow. You know what I'm saying? He did that to this guy. Because I mean, at that point, man, he's already getting closer and closer to becoming a mandatory. He's already ranked. And this is what I want people to understand, man. Once you start getting to the rankings, you're not a prospect no more. You are a contender. You are a contender. And I don't understand for the life of me why anybody wouldn't want to see a contender go for a title. That's what they fight for, to try to get that title. Who would I put him in there first out of them three? Let me see, which three did you put in there? Hold on, let me go back. Which three did you put in? God damn it, where's it at? Hopefully we get Earl back in. Abdullah Mason fight at 135. Tank, Shakur, or Keyshawn? Hey, man. Say, man. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, man. Say, man. I put him in there with Tank, bro. Say, man. I believe he could beat Tank, man. Say, man. Kano tripping, man, because Kano just said he think Abdullah Mason could beat Tank. I said it. I put him in there with Tank, bro. I put him in there with Tank. I think the Shakur and the Keyshawn fight will be actually a harder fight for Abdullah, to be honest with you. K-Ross said, I don't believe in prospects. When you're competing, you're a professional, and you should always take formidable opponents to grow your skills as an athlete compared to any sport. Like I said, he's already a contender in these ranks. So, hey, all bets off, man. It's time to boogie, man. It's time to boogie. Ain't no time to babysit the record no more. Ain't no need to babysit the record. But I say Tank, though, Dirt Gang. I will say Tank because I think Shakur will be still a puzzle. It'll be a lot harder. It'll be a bigger chess match. Same thing with Keyshawn, I believe, man, to an extent. I think Shakur is the hardest fight for him. Out of the three, I think Shakur is the hardest fight for him. Second hardest will be Keyshawn. I think the easiest one will be Tank. Just because of the styles. I understand Tank's hits like a truck. I understand he can knock you out one punch. I get all that. But stylistically, I think it's the easier fight, man. Cut West, what's going on with you, man? Especially since Tank's mindset, his mind's not in boxing like it. Yeah, his mind ain't even in boxing, bro. This man talking about his kids and retiring and all this other shit. He's not 100% in the game, you know? So, That's how I look at it, man. But the thing about it is, I believe he has a shot to beat all three of them. Not saying he will, but I believe he has a shot at beating all three of them. To me, he is that good. But let me get back to my boy Ken Cruz. That's my brother. I know some of y'all saw the fight. Y'all know he got destroyed in the second round. That's still my brother, man. That's still my brother, man. I just got a message for him, man. I just want him to keep his head up. You know, don't put your head down for nothing, man. Boxing is a sport. You gave it a run, man. You know what I'm saying? You had a good career and shit like that. And you know, you tried, bro. You tried. This, you know, a lot of people won't even step in the ring. So, you know, shout out to Kent Cruz. Me and him are you know, more than boxing. You know, that's my brother, man. So we, you know, we got a good, strong brotherhood relationship outside of boxing. So that's always gonna be my brother, man. I might start bringing him on and having him on here, talking boxing with us, man, from time to time and shit like that, if he so chooses to and shit like that, man. I mean, look, it is what it is, man. You know, everybody is not gonna make it. Everybody's not gonna be the champion. Everybody's not gonna run through the gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? It happens, man. You know, it happens. And like I say, that's still my brother, man. At the end of the day, man, I just, you know, did it hurt me to watch that fight? Yeah, it hurt me to watch that fight, man. It hurt. It hurt. But I understand it's a sport, man. I understand it's a sport, man. And, you know, we can't take none of this shit personal, anything like that. Wish him the best. I already sent him a text message. I know he's not going to answer till probably till he cools down from that loss and shit. You know, I know that. I know that, man. But he ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. He ain't got nothing to be ashamed of at all. Nothing at all, man. I mean, you got a lot of people out here that talk a lot of shit. They ain't never laced them up. They won't get in that ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he moved up in weight. Yep. Yeah, but frontline, this is the thing right here, man. He moved up in weight frontline, but he also didn't make weight. You know what I'm saying? He moved up from 140 to 147 and came in at 150 at the weigh-in, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's time to, I don't know, man. I don't want to, you know, that's his decision at the end of the day. You know what? Whatever he decides to do, I'm going to support him, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to support him, man. Kid Cruz is always a good fighter. He gave it his best. He was a beast during PBC back in the day. Yeah. I think what hurt him a lot, man, to be honest with you, man, is them long layoffs. He was on the shelf a lot, man. You got to understand, he's 32 years old, and look at only the few amount of fights that he ended up having in his career. He didn't have that many fights. 15, 16 fights. I mean, he's 32. He was on the shelf a lot, man. I mean, that takes a toll on a boxer. You know what I'm saying? It takes a toll on a boxer. Listen, it is what it is. That's still my brother, man. I'm not gonna allow nobody to badmouth him or anything like that. Y'all won't be able to say nothing bad about him, you know, around me. I put it to you like that. I put it to you like that, man. But shout out to him, man. Listen, man, and if y'all didn't watch the fights that happened in Puerto Rico yesterday, I know that the shit is in that's that PBC curse. Yes, their gang. Yes, they had him, man, they had him so damn shelved up, man, that bro, I don't even know how he was making weight, man. He was fighting at 140 since he was 15 years old. Had he tucked his elbows in last night, it would have been a different fight. He had good moments. Just the body shots killed him. Yeah, I don't know, man, what's going on. They put you on the shelf, you get ring rust big time. Yeah, you know, and I don't know if that was the complete, you know, fault of it or not, but I mean, it does play a role, whether you want to admit it or not. It plays some type of role in, you know, how you look in a fight, man. I mean, and just, it is what it is, man. It's the business of boxing, man, and what can you do, man? He still got a bright future, man. I believe he can either be a trainer or a manager. You know, if he does manage, I'll probably co-manage with him. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Scott Walker, man? How you doing, man? My brother, man. Yes, it's 15, third gang boss. That's why I said that weight, man, was bad on him, man. PBC is crazy for putting boxers on the shelf, yeah. Like I said, I don't know if that was the entire culprit of it. I mean, I'm sure that Ken Cruz will probably tell you he'll take some of the blame himself, but it is what it is, man. It's a tough business. It's a tough sport to be in. If you don't got the right people backing you or the right team around you, man, you tend to get shelved like that. And, it happens. It happens, man. But if he does manage, man, I'm probably going to try to co-manage with him, man. I think that would be a good duo as a business venture. I already manage myself, but I think, mixed with him, it would be awesome. Or if he decides to be a trainer, man, that would be cool too, man. I mean, I think he's got a lot to offer to the youth. If he does decide to mentor some of the youth in boxing and stuff like that, he's a very supportive individual. He's a solid individual. He's always very honest and true to his word and stuff like that, man. But that's the kind of shit we run into. That's all it is, man. But what I was getting at, man, I know y'all don't understand Spanish, but if y'all, I know because there was a lot of boxing going on. If you want to see some good boxing, man, there was a fight on Miguel Cotto Promotions, man. Go to YouTube, Miguel Cotto Promotions. They had a card last night. That's the one I talked about on my 2 videos I made today. And shit, just put it on mute if you don't understand Spanish and, watch some of them Puerto Ricans throw down. That way none of them creep up on you, man. There was several good fights on that card. Let me tell you, Miguel Cotto Promotions is doing a lot of good shit, man. What's going on, Boxer Sparring? I didn't see that fight because I had like all them fights going, man. But I did see that Chop Chop guy you was telling me about because he fought yesterday, man. I like him. He's pretty good. I didn't catch that either, Frontline. I just had so many screens going with the fights on because there was so many cards going on at one time that I couldn't focus on just, you know what I'm saying, man? And I heard a lot of people say that Elvis got robbed. I don't know. I don't know if he did or not. What's going on, Boxer Sparring? Yeah, that Chop Chop guy was pretty good, man. Been busy every weekend with local events. We got a killer card coming with Brian Mendoza, Shane Mosley Jr., Tim Witherspoon Jr., Fernando Vargas, a lot of local talent. Hey, man, that's what's up, man. By the way, man, Skywalker be making some dope shorts, man. You know what, man? I might have to have him, do a few more of mine, bro. I might have to, I might have to get Skywalker to do a few of my damn shorts, bro. Them shits be fire to me, bro. Yeah, them shits be fire to me, man. I ain't gonna abuse you, Skywalker. But every now and then, man, I'm gonna toss you something so you can chop up for me, man. Yeah, I know you're a busy man. I know you got the Tim and Tim show, and you be in the gym all the time and all that other good shit. But once in a while, man, I always put it on mute because I don't want to hear what these people have to say about it. Actions speak louder than words, man. Man, Amanda Serrano was in the building yesterday, man. Man, look, man, I love Amanda Serrano, man. I love Amanda Serrano. But I was getting a kick out of her speaking Spanish, man. She just, man, her Spanish is so chopped up, man. But it brings a smile to my face, man, because she's sitting in there, right, knowing she struggles with the Spanish, and she still gave it an effort. She still gave it an effort, man. Bless her heart, man. I love her to death, man. But that shit was, it was hilarious to me, man. I'm not going to lie. Delgado doesn't do it for me. And I'm a fan of RGBA squad, but Delgado style puts me to sleep. Robezy, he's ready. I believe he is ready, man. Like, I don't put a lot of stock in his last fight because I actually thought that them elbows was dirty, man. Like, I understood why Robezy was like, man, fuck this. I understood it. Man. I mean, shit, man. You can only take so much dirt, man. And them elbows hurt. Them elbows is like hitting somebody with a bat, bro. Back in the hood, we call them elbows. Elbows and shit. Sometimes we fucking fight with the elbows on purpose because they hurt more. I'm about to throw some elbows on him, bro. But you know, that's what it is, man. Oh, you gonna be over there with Nonito Donaire, man. Shout out to Nonito Donaire, man. This was supposed to be a quickie though, man. I wanted to just come over here and talk to y'all briefly and stuff like that. If you missed the beginning, go ahead. Feel free to rewind it, man, and check out some of the shit I said, man. I noticed a lot of Puerto Ricans either seem to struggle with Spanish or not speak it at all. Man, yeah, Cut West, man. Not me, though. Not me, though. Yo te hablo español bien claro, papá. Yo sí que soy yo soy de Barrio Obrero. 100% seguro. Yo sí. But anyway, that's me. You know, I was raised over there. English is actually my second language. So, you know, that's, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm going to try to get some, I'm going to try to get a hold of, well, I'm not going to try. I know I'll be able to get a hold of him. I'm going to contact Ricardo Figueroa. I'm going to see about getting some of these fighters on here. You know, Wilcito Ortiz, you know, the Giancarlos and, you know, some of his other fighters, man, and do interviews with them, man. Now, you mind you, they speak only Spanish, so I may end up having to do the Spanish interviews only unless I get somebody to come on and translate for us, you know. But we'll play that by ear when the time comes and shit like that. I think Frontline said he wouldn't mind, and I think, yeah, Frontline. I'll just call Frontline. Shit. I'll call Frontline, man, whenever. I haven't got him lined up yet, Frontline, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I've been busy. I've been busy, man, so it's not that Ricardo Figueroa hasn't, you know, replied to me. We talk. Matter of fact, man, I was on FaceTime with him and Giancarlos before the fight, so, you know, we stay in good communication and stuff. It's just I've just been so busy and shit like that, man. My co-host Tim Witherspoon Jr. is coming out of retirement and be the first meeting him in person. Been doing a show with him for 3 years, man. That's gonna be dope, man. And you know the thing about it is, man, let me tell y'all some funny shit though, man. Well, I don't know if it's funny to y'all or not, but I've met a lot of these boxers in person, right? But man, bro, the one fighter I have not met in person, like I've been in the same building with, is Kevin Newman. And that's one of the guys that I rock with the hardest. Between him, Charles Conwell, Kenny Cruz, Nestor Bravo. Well, I know Nestor. Like I said, I met all these people, but Kevin Newman I ain't met in person yet. And that's a damn shame, bro. Yeah, bro. You know what? I may have to Frontline. I may have to bring him on for that. I may have to bring him on this week. I may have to do something. I may have to do something, bro. I may have to do something. Colon, Ortiz, Juancito, Saya. Yeah, bro. Hey, that card is going to be fire. Fire, bro. But yeah, man. Anyways, man. I don't know how the hell this quickie ended up so. Y'all be fooling me, bro. Y'all be making me go longer than I really wanted to go, bro, man. I don't know if 903 is still in the building or not, but you know what, man? Hey, man, make that Abdullah Mason video, man. Get your ass out of retirement, and I want to hear your thoughts on the Abdullah Mason topic. 903, I'm throwing out a challenge to you, man, to come out of retirement, make the Abdullah Mason video so I can hear your thoughts on it, bro. Can we do that for me, man? Okay, Angel. Okay, well, you know, between you and Frontline, I may bring you both on. Shit. I may just bring you both on. We'll have a full panel and just have at it, man. Because maybe y'all may even have questions I don't have for them. You know what I mean? And we can make it just like a Royal Rumble for questions and shit like that. That'll work for me, man. I don't got no problem with that, man. None at all, man. What we got to do to get Kevin Newman in that mix with that Plant and Charlo card coming up? Man, I don't know, man. Frontline, you funny, bro. I don't know what we got to do, man. You know, he is with Bill Haney and Devin Haney. He's with DHP Promotions, so maybe, man, now that he's with them, man, they can help him get that last push that he needs, man, to get into that kind of fight, man. to where he can get a Caleb Plant, man. My whole problem with Caleb Plant, man, I don't really like dogging fighters, man, but he fought McCumbee last time when Kevin Newman was calling him out, right? He fought McCumbee instead. And now he's fighting Resendez, man. 2 fights in a row of fighters that nobody really gives a fuck about. But you got Kevin Newman out there calling your name both times, and you don't even give him an opportunity, man. And that just makes no sense to me, man. The logic is not there for me. Like, bro, I get it. If you want to say Kevin Newman's not a big name, that's fine. That's fine if you want to say he's not a big name. But he's a bigger name than McCumbee and Resendez. He's more known than those 2 fighters. That's my argument. You know, and I'm not saying McCumbee's trash. I'm not saying Resendez is trash. I just don't think they're more known than Kevin Newman. I think Kevin Newman is more deserving of the opportunity. But what do I know? What do I know? Now, I mean, man, hopefully y'all say, hey, man, let's tell us, Iglesias, I'm telling you, everybody, these 2 are different. Just like I'm telling you, Abdullah Messer is a special fighter. Hey, I've been saying he's a special fighter. I have no idea why some folks are not sold on him. Kevin Newman is a way better fighter than both of them. That's my point, K-Rod. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I know that's my homeboy and shit like that. I know. But that's not the only reason I'm saying it, man. Am I not making sense? Is he not a better name than McCumbee and Resendez? Hey, that wouldn't be bad either. That wouldn't be bad either, man. McCumbee against Newman. Hey, you know what? He'll take that fight. I'm sure he will. But anyway, man, let me get this quickie done with, man, because shit, y'all done fooled me into going long and shit. All I was trying to do was come in here and breeze through. Y'all don't never let me breeze through, bro. Y'all are bad, bro. Yeah, Stephen Shaw is fighting soon. Yes, indeed, man. Big Shot Shaw is fighting soon. I still believe in him as well. And hey, May 10th in Kissimmee, Florida, might as well be Orlando. That's gonna be that Lubin card, man. And you're gonna have Daryl Valzane on that card. You're gonna have Dominic Valle on that card. You're gonna have Najee Lopez on that card. Yo, I might have to go to that one. I might have to dust off, you know, hey, I might have to dust off my suit and go to that one suited up. Man, that's a loaded card, man. And yes, I'm still here, Shaw. I'm trying to hit the end button, but they ain't letting me. I've been trying to hit the end stream button for the last 30 minutes. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to beat to that damn Lubin card, man. Definitely. But hey, man, everybody do me a favor, man. Smash the like button, right? Oh, you gonna be there? Oh, shit, bro, man, shit. Hey, man, the ringside tickets ain't even that expensive, bro. I already looked them up, man. But anyway, man. This always brought to you by CO Management, DV Tracksuits. Big shout out to the mighty LDBC. Yo, Logo TV. Hey, man, I'm up out of here, man. On to the next.